Well, then, you say, putting your hands on your hips. Let's just redo it. Ayama's eyes light up. Oh, wonderful idea, Your Highness. This time, you grin. I plan on helping. You dust off your dress, glitter and sequences falling to the floor. More sparkles got on you than your new wedding dress. Though maybe that's a good thing. The dress was white, and well, of course it was. But of course, Ayama and his helpers did most of the work. But this time, you were here to help and tell them what you wanted. The dress was not pure white, but I'm going to butcher this name, a cartography of colors. Pinks and oranges and blood reds. Flowers, too, to present how much you had grown since all this started. The red representing the fire of Todoroki, and the beautiful white to resemble his ice. Ayama gasped, "You'll shine, sparkle or not." "Thank you, Ayama." You laugh. Could I try it on?" "Why, of course. We probably need to adjust the size some anyhow," the designer says, grabbing the dress and shuffling it into your arms. He nudges you on the back, where the folding screen splits. You go behind and put the dress on. It's baggy in some places and a little too tight in others. It's super soft though, and the colors make you feel like a sunset on fire. You step out behind the screen, twirling in the dress. Oohs and ahs erupt from the room as you giggle. "No one say a word to Shoto," you tell them, wiggling your fingers at the group of maids. "It's bad luck, and we have plenty of that already." Everyone nods in agreement, and then the maids get to work fitting the dress. Now that that's all done, you say, shrugging, can I visit Takashi?" Shinakana nods solemnly. "Of course, Your Majesty. It really is a shame what happened to him." You tilted your head. "Did you know him?" Your personal guard nods. "Yes, of course. We trained together in the same class." You recall hearing somewhat that Takashi was the top of his class, but you never heard much of his training experience. He always... Oh my god. He always had the best grades. The best everything, really. Shinagawa adds, shaking his head. "I could never beat him." "Oh." "I was always second," your guard continues. "But now that it is my job, it feels wrong. He should be here. I didn't beat him. I'm not the best." You stop, placing a hand on Shinakana's shoulder. "Yes, it is awful what happened, but don't feel bad, because you are here now. Do your best. But still, be kind and offer Takashi your condolences." I suppose. "Now, let's go visit him." You smile. "And plus, I'm sure he'll be glad to see an old friend." Shinagawa gulps as if nervous, but leads the way. Takashi is sitting on his bed, and a book on his nightstand catches your eye. It's Itoga's diary. He must have started to read it. You smile at him, hoping to bring one of his face also. It doesn't work, though. He just stares at the ground. "Your Highness," he greets you. "How have you been?" you ask. He gestures to his missing arm. "As good as I can be." "I have a favor to ask you," you say softly, walking over him. "Since my wedding is coming up soon." "Congratulations." "Thank you, but, well," you take a deep breath. "My father is no longer with us, as you know. Hiro is blind, so I wanted to ask you if you could walk me down the aisle." Takashi looks up at you, his eyebrows furrowed. "Princess, why me?" "Because," you smiled, "you were the first person to greet me when I came here. You were always there, whenever I liked it or not. You're friends. And you mean a lot to me. It's a thank you." Takashi sighs, a small smile gracing his lips. "It'll be a goodbye." "What do you mean?" "I can't stay here," he exclaims, looking down again. "I'm not a guard anymore. I can't be. I think I'm going to go back to my dad and Kizuto. Oh, okay. You say sadly. Whatever you think is best. I'll miss you. I'll miss you too, princess, Takashi says. But this isn't goodbye yet. I'm not leaving until that wedding finally happens. You chuckle. I'd be glad when it does. It's sort of crazy, though. I wouldn't be able to call him my fiancé anymore. Yeah, but you'll be calling him hubby. I don't think so. I think Shoto will do just fine. You laughed. You turned to the door, where Shinaka stands outside. I heard you knew the new guard, you tell Takashi. He spoke well of you. Oh boy, yeah, it's Akio, isn't it? He scoffs. It always scared me to death thinking about how he could have beaten me. But no. I kept the first shot, surprisingly. Shinaka comes inside at the sound of his name, and Takashi's face brightens into a grin. Look at that, he says. It's little Akio. Shina rolls his eyes. I'm taller than you now. Yeah, Takashi sighs. You're taller and you've taken my spot, but I'm not letting go of that nickname anytime soon. I have that, at least. Shinaka smiles. Something you've never seen him do. Come here. Takashi stands up and they hug. Shinoka is careful to avoid Takashi's bandages. I've always been a hugger. I see that hasn't changed, Takashi says, patting Shinaga's back with his arm. You take care of her. Don't be a creep like I was. You weren't a creep, he scoffed, at least most of the time. You and your newly found guard stand at the door, ready to leave, but Takashi stops you. Remember, he says, this is not the final goodbye. He smirks.